Hi, hello, good morning. This is morning time here. And first of all, I would like to say hello to my kingdom, Taihawan, Leso, Calibo, Aklan, Isla de Boracay, Republic of the Philippines. Hello, everybody. Hello, my people there. Hi, the family of Nepomuceno and Mulin. Your wages is coming end of the month. All right, and take care, all of you. But yeah, uh, of course, my blogging to start is my own life story, isn't it? But continuation to my blogging last time, it is to do with the graduation because as I said to you, I graduate in Luneta Park University. But this time is real. My children is also my life. But I have to be careful talking about them because we are British. Get it? My mother-in-law used to say, man makes manners, manners makes man, be discreet. But this time, this is my life. You see, but it's funny because I will start from my daughter, graduation day. That is a graduation day in one of the big university here. So we're all happy. My husband was very happy. But before I start, me and my husband and the twins, no one around to help us. No one around to help us. It is your bling bling queen and my husband Del Boy push to them to have a higher education. This is university we're talking, and they are very qualified. They are academic. My husband used to say, "Don't always go for the best. Do not go for second best." And that's what we are. And Mr. and Mrs. Del Boy got the same attitude. I'd like my children to graduate in a real university because I never had that. But yeah, this is very funny. On that graduation of my daughter, we're all excited, we're all happy. She's wearing my amber because again, well, my superstitious of amber, good luck. So she's wearing the biggest amber you could find because that's Bling Bling Queen's amber. And so she's beautiful at that day. We're all excited. Here we go. Parents only allowed to go in after all the faculty, and then the faculty member first, and then the parents, and then the candidates, the graduated candidate. So here we go. Your Bling Bling Queen and Mr. Del Boy behind me. So we go up because this auditorium, this is the chair lining up, and I saw the people there now all sitting there and nicely waiting for the parents. And I saw the empty chair. There is two empty chair, which is there is a ceremony program. So maybe they put that to reserve for the other faculty. But then, you know me, I am Filipina, I am English if I want to. So I said, come darling, follow me. And so we sit there, and one of the posh-nosed ladies, maybe a teacher, not next to me, but before that, she said, someone, that is reserved for all the faculty member. And I said to her, very politely, all right. I said, okay, when they arrive, we'll move up. That's it. So that's it. So we sit there, and I said to myself, do I not look like a faculty member? So I sit there. And then they all finish now, time goes on, and then the lady next to me who is nice, she said to me, oh no, you can sit now. I think everyone is up there now, no one is coming now. And obviously, even if they're faculty member, would they be rude to tell us, Mr. and Mrs. Del Boy, come away there because that's our chair? No. English people always have their use good manners, and that's I take advantage of that. Then your Bling Bling Queen is sitting in a faculty chair. So when the parade, my daughter is coming in, she said, and her friends, what are you doing there? Because they know that is only for the faculty. And I said to her, that's it, because I really want to see her very front of me, so I could see her when I take pictures is in front of that, and that's the end of that. And then when we all finish, that's what we talk about. And I said to Juliana, well, your mom's sitting in a faculty chair. And then she said, oh mom, we did it. So obviously tears, happy tears. And so I finished with that blogging. Now come to my son. My son also, he graduated his degree in Stirling University in Scotland, and then went to Korea, and then teach there. But he wants to come back here now and live here in England now and start teaching, but he has to get his master. I said, oh my God, because his students are poor. And so Mr. and Mrs. Del Boy worry again. Oh God, darling, she is going, this is money involved, that. But my son is very industrious. He will do part-time to do study and everything. That's my children. They are like me. They don't sit down and wait for the world to go around. They're all industrious. So at that time again, but obviously Bling Bling Queen will be worried again, because the support of them. There is no one around us. Only me and my husband and the twins. That's it. With their education, nobody that I could say that they help us. All right, just for the record. But then this is the story of my son. So now here we go. We go fast forward to Glasgow University. This is the master. All right, we're happy. We went there and all that. Happy, because it's also like that was 2 years ago. Here we go. We were sitting into the again. So waiting for the candidates to come in. Me and my husband sitting with the other post-nose parents, you see. And so we were waiting. Then my son will be coming in as a candidate, and we're all excited. Parents are all excited. Their children are graduate, highly educated, higher education, university. My son master. What more the queen bling with the queen bling bling? Obviously, I am so over the moon. And there you go. Post-nose people next to me, English or Scottish. They said, you know what? Very nice. They replied, you know what? This is my second time now coming in here because my eldest one graduate here as well. Oh yeah. I said, oh yeah, okay. I said, but this is my third time now because, third time coming into a university graduation because my daughter graduated in University York. And then she's done her qualification, specialized in prescribing. She's now like a young doctor. My son also as well went to Stirling University, second university, and now master now is in Glasgow University. So that is 3. If you are wanting how many university, me I've been 3. And so you can ask from anyone now. This is my pride and joy moment as a migrant Filipina working in England. But mind you, I will never forget the Middle East because that is my stepping stone to coming here and become antique dealer. So now, my subject now to my vaccine, to my lockdown is my art of collection, art of collecting. So this is now what your Queen of Bling Bling now become. I am an art collector before. I'm a antique collector. So this here I am now. I start blogging now here, my collection here. Darling, this I start from this. This is very, very expensive. I never throw the label because so we know how much we pay for that. But we cannot get rid of that or sell that because obviously that is the momentum of a hard work. We can afford to pay that at the time, you see. But also, this is very collectible, Port Marion. This is how they do. The English people before, that's how their old dresser do. But not now. Obviously, the young generation don't want that. They're clutter now. But that's the old Victorian. That's the old how the dressing do. But this is a teapot. At the same time, teapot, you see. But this one is a typewriter. As you see, I remember that my sister using that before, imperial typewriter, an old typewriter. So that depict there is depicting to the teapot. What I cannot find is a chair. There is a chair there, but obviously I cannot find. I've been digging them out from the garage. This is Marilyn Monroe. That is why your Queen of Bling Bling is a Marilyn Monroe today. My costume today is Marilyn Monroe. I love Marilyn Monroe. Upstairs in our bedroom, I have a portrait of Marilyn Monroe. I have a book. I read her story, and now that's why I fancy to have that. We did not buy that at the same time. They we buy it at the different time. Marilyn Monroe's life is very drama. She died quite young. And you see that gun is the story of her life. You see the old telephone. The only thing that missing there is Frank Sinatra. Obviously, Frank Sinatra is involved in her life. You see, but okay, we move on to that one. This is Clarice Cliff. The style of Clarice Cliff. That is signify of Clarice Cliff design. One of the famous designer in antique world. You can ask, Google it, who is Clarice Cliff. He was famous. But that's one again, and that's it. And so that's it. That's Art Deco style. That's very Art Deco style. And we move on here. This is Versace. I am sure you know the perfume Versace. Versace, from my kingdom, he was involved killing Versace. He is a Phil-American. I think the father is Filipino, the mother is American, but he was involved with killing to Versace, Gianni Versace, which when I saw that, again, I was so curious. Always my collectability comes to curious. I said, I want to buy that, darling, because that is part of my old kingdom. This is Versace. That is, I think, the last design that he's done. Versace Medusa, head of the snake. Medusa is the head of the snake. So that is from a different people again. I bought that in a different people because as you see the color are different, but I still have, this is the art of collecting. Anywhere you find, if that is your subject, get it, because then they will be completed. But through the years, it's difficult to find. So that is the teapot, beautiful, no damage at all, condition is so pristine. I love that. This is what we call sugar bowl, because olden day they have their table manners, they do sugar bowl, and that's it. So I got the teapot, I got the sugar bowl, I got the cup and saucer. Some are missing the milk jar. So maybe I'll find that or maybe not. That's the art of collecting. But here we go. This is the real McCoy. This is my husband. Me and my husband before are crazy of buying because they are the real McCoy antique. But not now. They are now. You can find them now in the museum. They were so encrusted. This is German, and you see those roses there are, they call it encrusted. Beautiful, fantastic. It's so difficult to make. They are porcelain because you have to put that in a kiln, the big fire and all that, and not many survive. But the sadness of that, we have casualty. One of the lids, because obviously they're in the basket and everything, when we move, that's it. So I said so to my husband and he will do that later on because one of the lids damaged. But this is our favorite. My husband could not believe when you see this because this is very expensive at that time. This is English. This is called Brockdale. Any dealer here will know it. Any antique dealer will recognize that. That is called Brockdale, Victorian time or Spanish time. In our time, we pay that quite a bit expensive. This is the reason why I don't want to get rid of that. I don't want to go without it in our lifetime because we pay quite a bit of money before. Encrusted, they said encrusted because you see all that flower there. 3D, they call it 3D nowadays, but they were so beautiful, no damage at all. That is why when I'm holding that I get so nervous because I don't really want to damage that, because if I damage that, a life of the people who kept that before and then you're able to buy it, because this is really Spanish time, this one. And the encrusted, they call it encrusted. Any dealer will see that, we love it. And how I keep that, I keep that in a blanket. I always cover that with the blanket like a baby. And that's when I put away in the box. And so when we see that, I said to my husband, this is my vaccine, darling. This is our life. This is what we do. This is what we do hard work before. We go around the country selling anything of everything we could find in auction houses, house clearance. That's what we do. So we stop now from the ornaments. We call this ornament. This is figurine or ornaments. Now I go now to my favorite. What you call that, beads. This is just one. I saw you the last time of my beads, but this is my Fiesta Resistance. Look at that. If I wear that, if I'm wearing sleeveless and I wear that, I feel like I have a collar already. I feel that my sleeveless are completed with that. And look what I'm wearing. I nearly wear that. Your bling bling queen nearly wear that, but no, I'd prefer my bling bling than the collar, than the beads. So I'm spoiled for choice. Believe me. Hundreds of that I collect, but that is my life. That is my life here in England, collecting. That's why I said now is the art of collecting. You will fall in love again. And that one is so beautiful. Look, even to that one, even to that, it's been stitches, because I am a dressmaker. That's my thing before as well. I learned how to do clothes. I'm a dressmaker when I was young, but that was in High Alai near Luneta Park again. I studied there, but so yeah, that is beautiful, darling. The color again. Before that is my favorite, but I come to this one. Because this is really Fiesta Resistance. And that one as well, full of it. Multi beads, micro beads. How can they do that? Unbelievable. And now again, my Fiesta Resistance. This one, how beautiful. African. You know what? When the British people occupying the African colonized, what they say, This, if you can read this, as you see, there is a filigree now, sign of antique. This is King George, the father of Queen Elizabeth now. Can you imagine how old is Queen Elizabeth now? Nearly 100 now, or 90 something. And this is the father. This is the queen that was used before. And the African will use that to become clasp, to hold the necklace. Beautiful. And I cannot believe it's one of my buying. It's one of my collecting. I just spotted that and I said, wow, I love that. I will have that. And I saw the coins, very old. King George, it says there. Imperial, it says Imperial. Yeah, that is Emperor, King George, you know, the Emperor. And say, because he traveled around as well the country, and so obviously they uses the coins. It's like the Australia. We're still involved with the Australia. They are really now involved with the Queen's still. You see, Canada are the same. They are the Commonwealth. So I know the story of that because I read books. I read books to know the story of England. So no one can tell me, even dealer cannot tell me what do I know about antique. Because that is what's learning. Never too late to learn. I heard that from my mother-in-law. And I got this one again. Look, beautiful purse. All beaded. But I never use them. So they will always look brand new when I remember them. And that one, you see, teeny-weeny, but I still love the way they do it. So microbead and it looking like those African lady, you know, that they were in the past. You see, so that is, again, my beautiful collection. And now, I come now to my end of my story, end of my blogging. My husband is now really very, very patiently holding the camera so it will not shake, it will not move. Thank you, darling, for making that to me. I know for the day, this is my day. It takes time because I have to prepare them. I have to, you see, even my makeup, I have to do my makeup because I don't want the queen, the bling bling queen will not up to standard of being in the camera, isn't it? So now, what I say to all my kingdom, to all my friends, and anywhere, everywhere in my kingdom, Republic of the Philippines, please start subscribing. So we can all be now. I can tell my story to my people in my kingdom and Republic of the Philippines because my life story I've been dreaming to write it in the book for a long time. But now in blogging, I don't need to write in it because writing, again, I hate writing. But now for blogging, you will know all my life story. Only my life story because it's not fair to blog other people's story. I only do my life stories, even my children, because they are part of my life. And at the same time, we are living in England. We are British, in it? Okay, bye-bye. Stay tuned. Keep safe. Stay alive. Bye-bye.